بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. So I was mentioning a few things regarding the demise of my mother. The purpose of this is just for us to take ibrah and lessons from this, not to overpraise anybody or yourselves. So Imam Bukhari rahmatullahi alayhi, he mentions hadith, and in there he says, well, first of all, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, in Surah Luqman, the last part of the story is, last part of the verse is, وَلَا تَدْرِي نَفْسٌ بِأَيِّ أَرْضٍ تَمُوتُ, that nobody, not a single soul knows where they're going to die, where their death is written. So nobody knows where they're going to die, when they're going to die, how they're going to die, who's going to die first, who's going to die afterwards. Death is from the mysteries of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Only Allah has this knowledge, and the malaika at their time they're given this knowledge. And Imam Bukhari rahmatullahi alayhi in his Adab al-Mufrad, he mentions a hadith, he says in there, that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decrees for a person to die in a particular land, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he creates a haja, ja'ala lahu ilayha haja. There's a need for him, he ends up there somehow or the other. So same thing happens here when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has destined a person to die in a particular area. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes the circumstances such that the person ends up there at that time the way he wants it. So last year, after the events of October 7th, I was feeling really confused and everything. So I wanted to just go to Makkah, just go to the Haram. I just felt like I just needed to go. So me and Mawlana Zakir, we got ready. Mawlana Zakir didn't go with his family, so I said, let's go. You didn't go with your family because of teaching. So we got exams now, let's just go. But I also felt guilty that I've been twice without my family, so I need to take them as well. So I said, okay, I'll go right now in January, but I'll book it for August. We'll go in August, in the summer holidays. Now, I booked it for my family. And then I said, look, to my family, to my siblings in Barbados, if anybody is ready to go in August with me, you can come, join us. Then you could bring mom, because mom can't travel alone. She's old now, she's in a wheelchair. She can walk, but when she's traveling, she gets tired. And in the airport, too much walking, so in the wheelchair, in the airport, she needs a wheelchair. And then even there, I need somebody. So, Allah's taqdeer. So my sister, I went in December, when I went to Barbados in December, I told them as well. So my sister, she was going to go for Umrah as well. So we have 4 siblings. So before my mom's demise, 3 of them went. So my sister was going to go for Umrah. But that time, the Saudi Arabia, those of you who are old don't know that they had a long process for visa. They try to make it easier and easier and easier. So in the last few years, the basic visa and arrival for UK or visa over the internet. But Barbados still had a problem because the smaller countries, they're still sorting them out. So in January, the rule was still, if you go through America and America stamps your visa, gives you an American visa, you can get to Saudi Arabia, they'll just give it to you. So to get to embassy, before that we had to go to Venezuela from Barbados. That's a big headache. But the rule in January was up to then was, if you have an American visa and you've been through America and America stamped you, then we let you into Saudi Arabia for any visa. So my sister booked it from America. So from America, she went from Barbados to thing. But mom didn't have an American visa. So my sister, her husband, her 3 children all went. But mom couldn't go because she didn't have an American visa. And that was the only time that they had available. Mom was a bit disappointed that time. When I phoned her after that, she was a bit teary as well. She goes, "Ni khabar aap hu amal check Allah Taala nahi le jaye." So she was a bit disappointed then. Then after that, in May, there was a family group. Somebody sent a thing that the rules for Saudi Arabia have now changed. That Barbados, Grenada, and I think Bahamas, the Commonwealth of Bahamas, those 3 people are now the same as England. That you can get a visa on arrival. So in May, so that went around, that group went around our family. So then a few days later, I don't even phone my family that often, meaning I phone my mom every week. I used to phone my mom every week, rahimahullah. And then my brothers and sisters eat day whenever I get a chance. We get along well, but I just don't have time to phone all the time. But one day I was in the park, and my sister she listened to some lecture or the other. And even some lecture or the other, she had a question. She messaged me a question, and I was in the park. So she's free, let me phone her. I just phoned her and I said, talking. I said, why do you come for Umrah? Now the thing is, before December, my sister, may Allah give her afiyah and say her, she fell and she broke her foot. Literally, her foot was broken, the foot is like this. Her foot went like this. That's how, and she's got metal in her feet, screws in her feet, literally to keep it back to normal. So at that time, I said to her, come, why do you come? So I was text messaging her, now you got the visas easy, why do you come? I said, I can push you. I got my sons, they can push you. She said, inshallah, when I start moving around, I'll come. So I picked up the phone, I convinced her to come. So she was not even able to walk, but she somehow got her to come. And I said to her, look, if you're ready to come, then ask mom to come. So then she got ready. This is in May, a few days after. Now, in the meantime, we didn't know. In the meantime, my brother was also making plans to go. My not the eldest, but second brother, he was making plans to go. So after, I think it was May 12th, I messaged my sister. May 13th, she replied to me saying, Mommy's ready. Mommy's going to come with us. She messaged me. And a few days after that, my brother, he had a few things he was trying to sort out. He sorted them out. He goes, Mommy, I'm going for Umrah. Come with me. So my mum said, I've already told, bye. I'm going to go with Bayan Hashim. So then he said, no, I can take you. He goes, I've already told them. So then she decided to come with us. My brother went 1 month before us. So we went in August 14th, my mum passed away. I think about 2 weeks before my mum went for Umrah, before she left, my brother had returned from Umrah. So she could have gone with my sister. She could have gone with my brother. But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed destiny for somebody, only you only reach that place at that particular time. And it would be easier for them, go straight to America, back, not a big headache, much easier. But Allah decreed. And another funny thing as well is that I have my nana, my grandfather's, my mum's father, his brother, so my father, my mum's chacha. So he was about 90 something, so he was healthy up to a couple of months ago. Then he fell. So now he's in bed as well. Make dua from Allah Ta'ala grant him afiyah. So when my mum came to UK, so she landed in London and our flight's in Birmingham, so we came back to Leicester. So we stayed there, I think Thursday and Friday. So Friday we're returning. So Friday we got a bit late, dawats here and there, but she said, no, we have to go and visit my chacha, my uncle, because ni khabar koda Allah ni kare ba our pilla kai thai mo ke to, meaning that before we come back from Umrah, if something happens to my chacha, I will feel really bad. So we have to go and visit my chacha because he's in bed and he's got a broken foot and he's not well. We have to visit him because if we come back, something happens then. So my mom goes to visit somebody thinking, oh, we don't know what's going to happen to him. She's 93 years old. My mom is 77 as well. She's 93 years old. And taqdeer is, he's still alive. My mom's elder sister, she's also in bed. She's not well. Make dua for Allah Ta'ala grant her afiyah. She's older than my mom, but she's still alive. And Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala took my mom. So when you're going to die, where you're going to die, how you're going to die, nobody knows. So from here, we learn that, wherever Allah wants, He will take you. How He wants, He will take you. So from there, we have to learn to prepare for death. We think somebody may go before us. We think, oh, I'm 40, I'm 45, I'm 30, I'm 15, I'm 20. Somebody older than me is going to go before. We have no guarantee of this. Normally, Allah has a way, normally people who are older go first. But there's no guarantee who's going to go when. So whatever you can do is make sure that you prepare for death. Death waits for nobody. There's no guarantee how long you're going to live. You might think, sometimes the kafan is cut. You don't know there's a few kafans cut. There's some cut in Mashanur. There's some cut in Jamia Masjid here in Leicester. Who is it cut for? Who is that ready for? We don't know. There's some boxes built here. That could be for me. It could be for you. So never be negligent regarding death. And then the last point is that silatul rahim, joining ties, meeting your family members. You should always go and meet your family. When you're traveling, like many of us have families in different cities, different areas. Meet them, keep bonds, keep ties. You should know who your families are. Sometimes it's a bit negligent with younger people. We're so obsessed with our games and our playing and our football. We don't even know who our family members are, who's our uncle's children, our uncle's brothers, our grandfather's brothers. It's also very important to keep what we say in Gujarati, hagai. And in Arabic, silatul rahim. You know who your family members are, join ties. So that's the two things, prepare for death. And number two is, even at the age of 77, in the wheelchair, she cannot walk properly, but no, I got to visit my uncle, I got to visit Fulan. So we should keep these things in mind and learn these two lessons from this story. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to act upon this. May Allah alleviate it in Jannah. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika, wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.